ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत्। अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते यौपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओमित्येतदक्षरमुद्गीतमुपासीत ओमिति ह्युद्गायते तस्योपव्याख्यानम्। Page 234. सेयं देवता ऐक्षत हन्त अहम् इमास्तिस्रो देवताः अनेन जीवेनात्मना अनुप्रविश्य नामरूपे व्याकर्वाणीति। सा इयं देवता ऐक्षत। सा that devata prakrita, the one in the discussion, Sadakhya, which was called Sat in Sadeva Somya Idamagrasid, that devata known as Sat or Satchidananda. Tejo Banna Yonihi, which was described as a yoni, the very cause of the three elements, Tejaha, Annam, the fire, water and earth. Aikshata, Ikshidavati. Once again, that devata saw, visualized or deliberated. Yatha purvam bahusyamiti. Just earlier, the devata has said, may I become many. Similarly, that devata again deliberated. Tadev bahubhavanam prayojanam nadyapi nirvrittamidi. That purpose of becoming many is not yet concluded. Atah iksham punah kritavati bahubhavan, still that becoming many meaning the process of creation is not yet concluded, and therefore that process continues. Katham ikshitavati, how did that devata saw, visualized? Hanta idanim aham ima yathokta devataha, that these three devatas, the fire, water and earth, the three elements are called three devatas here. Anu anena jivena atmana anupravishya, having entered them as their jivatma. I will enter them as a jiva. Atmanah abhyatariktena chaitanya swarupataya avishistena iti. As the very consciousness, I will enter these three devatas. Anupravishya, what is meant by entering? Tejo banna bhuta matra samsargena labda vishesha vijnana sati. By samsarga, by the very association with the three elements, fire, water and earth, that's all the entrances. We'll be told what's the nature of the association. Labda vishesha vijnana sati. Because of that association, she became possessed of the knowledge of the particular entities. The tejaha of annam, that pure consciousness now became possessed of the knowledge of these three elements. Namacha namarupe vyakarvani. Entering these three elements, I will clearly bring to manifestation the name and form. Asau namayam idam rupayati. Let this be the name, let this be the form. In this manner, I will enter and make them manifest. Does it mean that this Devata, who is Satchidananda, who is Sarvajna, who is omniscient, knows the past, present and future, then this Devata must have known what is going to happen in future as a result of entering this. What will happen in future? Aneka sata sahasra anarthashrayam deham anupravishya. Entering this karikana sangata, entering this body, mind, sense complex is inviting all kinds of pain and suffering. Would this Devata not know? So dukkham, therefore when it says that I will enter this body or karikana sanghata, it means that I am inviting all kinds of pain and suffering. This is what I will do. Can anybody deliberately do this? And an ignorant person may do that. But this Devata, who is all-knowing, how can he do that? Satyamevam nayuktam syad, you are right. This would not have been the case if the Devata had remained consciousness and then suffered all the pain and they had undergone all the suffering. Svena avikritena rupena anupravishayam dukkham anubhavayam iti. As Satchidananda, as Brahman, I will enter and I will undergo all the pain and suffering. If this is what the Devata had thought, then it's okay. Natu evam, but that's not the case. Katham tarhi, then what is meant by entry? What did the Devata do? Anena jivena atmana anupravishyati vachanat. So as Jivatma, I will enter. So one who suffers is Jivatma and not Paramatma. What is this Jiva? Jivo hi nama devatayaha abhasamatram. Who is Jivatma? is the reflection of the Paramatma, reflection of the consciousness. Buddhyadi bhutamatra samsarga janitah. So buddhyadi bhutamatra. Bhutamatra means these three elements. Buddhyadi bhuta. So these three elements in the form of the buddhi, etc. Meaning that the consciousness getting reflected in the three elements, which have transformed themselves as buddhi, etc., in the karyagana sanghata, the reflection of consciousness in this karyagana sanghata, which is the product of the three elements, so that is what is meant by entry. Adesheva pravishta purusha pratibimba. Just as the purusha, the person, enters a mirror as a reflection. Jaladushevacha suryadinam, or in water, etc., the sun, etc., entering as a reflection. Achintya ananta shaktimatyaha devatayaha buddhyadi sambandha chaitanya abhasaha. Does this devata, the consciousness, how can this happen? How can consciousness, which is the absolute reality, how can it have any contact with this karyakana sanghata, the body, mind, sense complex, which is only vyavaharika sattva, which is mithya? Achindya shaktya. So, this shakti matya devata. Because the devata is possessed of the inscrutable power. Meaning Maya, and therefore it is not quite explicable as to how consciousness can get reflected. Meaning reflection is merely just a model, understand? Not the real reflection took place, because for reflection to take place, the sun is far away from the water, which is a reflecting medium, and then reflection takes place. Consciousness is not far away from buddhi, etc., for the reflection to take place in the real sense. So for the reflection to take place, the conditions that are needed do not exist here. So we should understand this as a reflection in primary sense, but as though reflected. So what is the advantage of this model? Devata, so Devata Swarupa Viveka Agrahana Nimittah Abhasah. That the reflection does not know the true nature of itself. Like the reflection in the mirror does not know that this face is my true nature. Or the reflection of the sun in the water does not know that Surya, the sun, is my true nature. Similarly, this Jivatma does not know that Paramatma, Brahma, Satchidananda, ever free, ever complete, that is my true nature. So, Agrahana Nimittaha. So this is Pravesha. That somehow there is ignorance. That Paramatma looks upon himself as Jivatma on account of the ignorance of its true nature, and also taking this body, mind, sense complex as the self. And therefore, Sukhi, Dukhi, Mudha, Ityadi, Aneka Vikalpa, Pratyaya Hetu. Therefore, this Pravesha, this ignorance, and the subsequent identification brings about these notions. Sukhi, I am happy when the mind is happy. Dukhi, I am unhappy when the mind is unhappy. Mudha, I am deluded when the mind is deluded. But then whatever happens to reflection does not affect in any way the image. So chaya matrena jiva rupena anupravishtatvat. Inasmuch as the pravesha, the entry is of the nature of reflection, and not a real entry like Devadatta entering a house. So here Bhashyakara explains pravesha in a different way, understand. In Taittiriya Upanishad, Bhashyakara undertook a long discussion of what is meant by pravesha or entry. And came to the conclusion that what is meant by entry is Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam, one who knows the self or the Brahman that is shining in the cave of one's own heart. That Brahman is known as a self in one's antahkarana or one's mind. For that purpose, the pravesha is shown. That Brahman is as though has entered the heart. That is where it is to be known as a self. Here Bhashyakara says, pravesha means ignorance and the subsequent notion, sukhi dukhi mudha. So this is what brings about the suffering on the part of the jiva, but that does not affect the Paramatma in any way. Daihikaihi swatah sukha dukkhadibhi sambadhyate. The sukha, dukkha, moha, all of them take place at the level of deha, at the level of the body, mind, sense complex. But then the Paramatma, his image, does not get affected in any way. Yatha purushadityadaya adarshodakadishu chaya matrena anupravishtaha. Just as the Purusha or person has entered the mirror as reflection, or the sun has entered the water as reflection. Adarsha udakadidoshayi na sambadhyate. So if there is a spot on the mirror, the face does not get affected. We heard that shairi, that there is a spot on the mirror and he keeps on washing his face. So this is aviveka, not knowing what belongs where. Sukha, dukkha, moha belong to the mind. Not knowing that they are taken to belong to the self, and one keeps on doing something with the self. But Devata or Brahman or the self is not affected, even though one thinks that I am happy, unhappy, or I am deluded. In fact, that I am unhappy. That I am is unconnected with unhappy, understand? Even though I declare that I am happy, I am unhappy. That I am unhappy belong to different locuses. It's not samana, this samadhikaran looks like both of them belong to the same locus. But that is not so. The I am is the very drashta, the sakshi, the witness. Happy, unhappy, deluded is the drushya, the sakshya, what is objectified. One is subject, other is object. One is asmat pratyaya, other is yushmat pratyaya. Yushmat asmat pratyaya gocharayoho, vishay vishayinoho. One is vishay, other is vishaya. One is subject, other is object. Itaretar bhava anupattau. It is not possible that one can become the other, or that even the delusion can take place. There is no scope. And still it takes place. So, my face is here, the reflection is there, and there is no contact between them. And still, what happens to a reflection is taken to happen to be self. And thus, it is like the sun watching its own reflection. Reflection is dull, and sun concludes that I am dull. Reflection is wavy, the sun concludes that I am wavy. And so, this is how all these waviness, shaking, dullness, all of this belong to water, the reflecting medium. The sun, swarupa viveka agrahana nimitta hai. The sun does not know what its true nature is, that is ever bright, ever steady. Takes itself to be unsteady, takes itself to be dull. When the sun has this conclusion, that is enough to make it miserable, because that dullness or the shakingness it cannot accept, because they are not his nature. But in any case, even when the sun feels like this, that I am shaking, that I am dull, it is not shaking, it is not dull. Dhyayativa, Nelayativa. Bhagavarnika says that the person thinks that I am as though thinking, I am as though shaking. No thinking, no shaking is involved on the part of the self. There is consciousness, there is illuminator of thinking and shaking. So this very important point Bhashyakara makes here. So that is why the study of all Bhashyas becomes necessary, because something is discussed somewhere and something else. Although Brihadaranyaka is very elaborate and all fundamentals are discussed, but here also Bhashyakara discusses the very fundamental. Nanu chaya matrasya je jiva musha eva prapta. You are saying that on the page 238, you say that this jiva is merely like a reflection, but reflection is mithya, is unreal. That means jiva is unreal. Paraloka, ihalokadicha. That means that jiva's birth here, the life here, going to the other world in heaven, all of this is mithya. How can it be? Naisha dosha. Even everything is mithya, everything is unreal. Naisha dosha. Not everything is unreal. This is another important clarification. Sadatmana satyatva abhivagamat. That jiva also is real as sat. The ornament is mithya, but ornament is real as gold. Purnamadaha purnamidam. Atma is purnaha. Idam nam rupatmakam jagat. The Jagat name and form also is Purnam. How can it be? As Asti Bhadi Priyam, the Jagat is Purnam. Not as name and form. Name and form are Mithya. Sarvam cha Nam Rupadi Sadatmana eva Satyam. This whole name and form, Jagat of the nature name and form is real as Sada Sat. Ornament is real as gold. Name and form are real as Asti Bhadi Prem, and not as name and form. Vikara Jatam Svatastu Anutameva. Whatever is Vikara, whatever is modification, whatever is changing by itself is Anrutam, is Mithya, is unreal. Vacharambanam Vikara Namadhemidi Uttatvat. Because Upanishad has already said that Vikaraha, modification is Vacharambanam. Has this basis only in the speech, Namadhyam, its reality is nothing more than the name or the word. So part has no reality apart from the word part. The modification part in the part is Mithya. Mrityaka ityeva satyam. The Mrityaka, the unmodified, is satyam. Tatha jivopi, similarly, jiva also, as name and form is unreal. I am so and so, that so and so part is nama rupa, understand? I am a human being, I am father, I am happy, I am unhappy. In that human being is a name and form. Father is a name and form. Sukhi dukhi, name and form. As Sukhi he is mithya. As I am is not mithya. Thank God. Therefore, what is mithya can be negated because it doesn't belong to I am. Even though we are lumping them together and we think that both of them belong to the same degree of reality, thank God that the Sukhi Dukhi Muda does not belong to I am. that even when I take myself happy or unhappy, I remain truly unaffected by them. I still shine or abide in my own glory of being ever free. So Jiva also is unreal, as name and form. Not the whole Jiva, nothing as a whole. Because no unreal thing can exist without the real basis. This is where there is a difference between the Vedantins and the Buddhists. Buddhists also say that all of this is mithya, but for them there is no satyam like we talk about. Abhaditam, it's sarvam, kshanikam, kshanikam, everything is momentary, momentary. But there is no nityam, there is nothing eternal according to them. We say that momentary thing cannot survive unless there is something permanent or eternal. And where is the eternal? Where the momentary is, that is where the eternal is. Where the ornament is, that is where the gold is. Because the name and form, that is the ornament, can never exist without the gold, which is the unchanging basis. So as ornament, this object is unreal, as gold it is real. Atah sadatmana sarvavyavaharanam sarvavikaranam cha satyatvam. Very big thing. All vyavahara, all vikara, all modifications, all changes are real as asti bhati priyam. So we came thus far on the page 239. No, tasam trivutam ekaikam karvaneti. So, sa devata aikshata tasam trivutam ekaikam karvaneti. Huh? Yes, I'm just going through this, that's all, just revising. Because a long time has passed. So Devata again saw or visualized, I will make each one of them threefold. Ekaikam, each one of them trivritam karvani, I will make them threefold. Sayam Devata imaha tisro. Devata word is twice, understand. One Devata is the Sat or Satchidananda, other Devata are the three elements. Aneneva Jivan Atma Anupravishya Nam Rupe Vyakarod. Having thus deliberated, visualized that Devata entered the three elements and brought to clear manifestation the names and forms. Where are these names and forms? Says Bhashyakara, sa evam tisro devataha anupravishya swatmavaste bijbhute avyakrute namarupe vyakarvani. It is not that the universe of the nature of name and form is created anew. Not that a new or previously non-existent universe comes into existence. So there is no real pragabhava. The prior non-existence, no. They existed as what? Avyakrute namarupe. Existed as undifferentiated, as unmanifest. Bijbhute, like the seed in the form, the causal form. Where were they? Svatma avasthe, in one's own self. So these names and forms, the whole universe existed in a potential form in this Asti Bhati Priyam. In what manner? What's the relationship between Asti Bhati, the name and form? Like that between the rope and the snake. So you can say that the snake existed potentially in the rope. And therefore, when the snake is created, what potentially existed in the rope alone is brought to manifestation. Similarly, names and forms which already existed, but which were unmanifest in the time of pralaya, in the time of dissolution. So what is laya or pralaya? When the effect reduces itself to the cause. So what is the pralaya? Dissolution of a part when the part is reduced to clay. It cannot be further reduced. It can reduce to what is irreducible. Similarly, name and form, the universe of the nature of name and form gets reduced to asti, bhati, priyam. No further reduction can take place. So many stages can be shown. Like the pot gets reduced to the shards, and then to the pebble, and then to the powder, and so on and so forth. Ultimately, it will reduce to a point where it cannot be further reduced, which is Sat. And so, this is called Pralaya. Sadeva Somya Idam Agrasit Ekameva Advitiyam. This universe existed before its creation as Sat, and therefore no name and form were manifest or differentiated, visible, could be appreciated. Avyakrute Nam Rupe Vyakaranadi Ikshitva Tasam Chittasunam Devatanam Ekaikam Trivritam Karvani. That having entered first the Trivrit Karanam, the threefold the compounding takes place. And then these gross threefold elements are then further brought to manifestation as name and form. This is all discussed. That the mantras are not in the sequence in which actually the events took place. Events took place like this, that first the three elements are brought to manifestation, then Devata says, or Devata visualizes, or Devata sees that I will enter these three as their jiva, and then enters them, and then brings to manifestation the name and form. Entry also is in Virat, in the cosmic body, as well as in the individual body. Entry into the Jagat, as well as into this individual body. Therefore, we will be told how that Sat Devata Asti Bhati Priyam is the very basis of Jagat, as well as the very basis of the individual. So Vashyakara said that Trivrit Karanam means that each Devata is assumed divided first into two parts. Every other part of half is all further divided into two. So we have 1/2 and 1/4 and 1/4 of each element. Then you combine the 1/4 part into half of the other. So in the half of the Akasha, half of the fire, you add 1/4 water, 1/4 earth, etc. Therefore, each gross element possesses all the three. If all the three are present, then how do you call it fire? Because fire is the predominant Vaisheshyatu Tadvadas Tadvadah. Because of predominance of fire, which is 50%, the element is called fire. Because predominance of water, it is called water. Predominance of earth, it is called earth. Because then only each devata can be identified as fire, water and earth. And then alone you can deal with it. You can interact as fire, water and earth. So having thus done the Trivrit Karanam, so first three elements are brought to manifestation, then Trivrit Karanam takes place. So three subtle elements become three gross elements. Evam ikshitva sayam devata imastisro devata aneneva jivena. Like in this, as the jiva of those three elements, just as Surya Bimbavata Antah Praveshya, like the sun enters the water as a reflection, so also this Devata entered the three elements as their jiva or their reflection. Vairajam Pindam. Virat means what? Samashti, the cosmic body. Devadinam che and Devata means the individual bodies. Pindan anupravishya yatha sankalpameva. So it enters the cosmic body as well as the individual bodies. So we imagine that those three gross elements are then further transformed into the cosmos and the individual bodies are all created. Then entry takes place. So entry takes place when you can say that entered the three elements and made them threefold and then transformed them into the cosmic and the individual bodies and then entered this cosmos and individual bodies. Yatha sankalpameva, as it had earlier resolved, nama rupe vyakarot. It brought to manifestation the nama and the rupa. Asau namayam idam rupayate. So is there an evidence that this happened? This is a story we are told that took place at the beginning of creation. Is there a way to verify this? Says yes. Tasam trividam ekaikam akarot. That Devata made each element threefold. Meaning that the universe that we experience is the product of the three elements which themselves undergo when the threefold combination. Yathadu khalu somya imas tisro devataha trivut ekaika bhavati. Then Uddalaka says to Shvetaketu, oh good looking one, oh pleasing one, how each devata has become threefold. Tanme vijanihi. I will now show you with an example how each element has become threefold. Vijanihi vispashtam avadharya udaharanatah. Not that teacher will show this threefoldness everywhere. There is no end. Because there are endless number of or countless entities. It is not possible for the teacher or for anybody to demonstrate the countless entities. Pradhanyatah kurushreshta nastyanto vistarasya me. So Lord Krishna has also said to Arjuna that I will only describe to you the predominant ones because there is no end to my vistara, my expansion, my manifestation. Similarly, that everything that is there in the universe, every name and form, is a product of three elements that underwent the process of threefold combination. It is illustrated with one example of fire. Of the three elements, the teacher shows how the fire element is present everywhere, So yad agnehe rohitam rupam tejasa tad rupam. Then the teacher says, look at the gross fire which is visible. Agnehe rohitam rupam. So Bhashyakara udaharanam nama ekadesha prasiddhya ashesha prasiddhyartham udahriyate. By showing a part, you are in fact implying the whole. So show this in one place, thereby suggesting that or thereby conveying that this is the same pattern exists everywhere. So examining one grain of rice, whether it's cooked or not, then that grain of rice becomes a illustration by which you know that all the rice is cooked. You cannot take every individual grain of rice and then verify. But that verification is done with reference to one grain of cooked rice. Similarly, in one part of the universe, this Trivrit Karanam, the threefold combination shown, thereby suggesting that the same pattern exists everywhere. So, yad agnehe trivuttasya rohitam rupam. Agni means fire. Which fire? Now there are two fires. One is the gross fire, other is subtle fire. Understand this. So when the three elements are first created, the fire, water and earth, then they are in their pure form, in subtle form, called tanmatras, in their pure form, not perceptible to the senses. From that, you cannot create the gross universe. From that, you can create the subtle universe. So our subtle body and the cosmic subtle body, all of these are the products of the elements in their subtle state. But what about the gross tangible universe with which you can act and react? See, if you hit or punch in subtle body, nothing, there is no reaction. Like heating the air, there is no reaction. Heating the table, there is. So table is tangible thing that reacts. So universe also reacts. But the subtle body doesn't have that property. Therefore the subtle bodies, the subtle elements must have undergone some kind of a process to become tangible, to become gross, so that they can become the objects of our interaction. Then I can take one thing and give to you. That is why this Trivritkaranam comes. The threefold combination really is to convert the elements in the subtle state to their gross states. So this is how at least Shruti recognizes that this step is necessary. That the universe is gross. Why gross? Because it reacts. It is tangible. It is material. And therefore, aghata, pratyaghata, pratighata, you hit and you are hit back. The reaction is equal and opposite to action. All of this is possible when there is a tangible matter. That you hit the ball on the ground and it bounces back. But that will not happen if you hit the ball in the air or in the space, because they are not tangible substances. So universe is tangible. That's how the Trivritkaranam or Panchikaranam. We should also discuss that this threefold combination really stands for the fivefold combination, because even though this Upanishad mentions only three elements, fire, water and earth, we should understand that they imply all the five elements. Space, air, fire, water and earth. And so the gross fire is shown. Yadagnehe rohitam rupam. Tat tejasa tad rupam. So that red color that you find in this fire is the red color of the fire in its subtle state before the grossification. Yat agnehe rohitam rupam, yat shuklam tadapam. The white color which is there in the fire belongs to water before its grossification. And the black color that you see in the fire belongs to element earth before its grossification. Tatra evam sati rupatya vyatirekena agnihityan manyase tvam tasya agnehe apagat agnehe agnitvam. So when you thus see this fire as nothing but a combination of three elements, when you see those three elements, fire no more remains. Just as this pot is the modification of clay. When you see it as clay in your mind, then the pot no more remains. The potness of pot goes away when you see this pot as clay, which is the substance there. Similarly, what we call fire is also made up of the three elements, fire, water and earth. So when you look at this fire as three elements, then the fire no more remains. What remains are the three elements. Apagat agnehe agnitvam. The fireness of the fire goes away. No physical change has happened, understand. When you look upon this pot as clay, no physical changes happen to clay, changes happen in your perception. Understand? So when you look upon this object as clay instead of pot, no changes happen to the object. It is the perception that changes. Similarly, it is not necessary that something has to happen to the universe of names and forms. Your perception has to change, that everywhere there is a combination of Satyam and Mithya. Just as in the pot, Mrittika ityeva Satyam, the clay is real. Vacharambhanam, Vikaro Namadhyam, the Vikara, modification, name and form is in the name only. That's a matter of perception. To recognize Mithya as Mithya, for recognizing Satyam as Satyam. So whatever is there in the universe is a combination or union of Satyam and Mithya. Satyanrute Mithuni Kritya. Satya and Anutam Mithuni Kritya. Both of them are as though united with each other. But when the Mithya is the Vesha, Mithya is the costume, and who puts on that costume? The Satyam or Asti Bhati Priyam, Asat or Paramatma puts on the costume of Mithya, name and form. Yichaiva Sattvika Bhavaha Rajasaha Tamasasya Matta Evedi Tan Vidhi Natvaham Teshu Temai. The Sattvika, Rajasa, Tamasa. Whatever entities you see, understand that all of them have emerged from me. They are in me, I am not in them. Meaning that they are because of me, I am not because of them. I am Satyam, they are Mithya. So when Mithya is reckoning, that's all they are telling us to do. Change the perception, that's all. In our life, the unhappiness is also because of perception. The happiness also comes because of perception, that's all. Simple change. And when the Mithya is taken to be Satyam, then there are all problems. When Mithya is seen as Mithya, and Satyam is seen as Satyam, no problem. So that transformation the Upanishad invites us to change take place. That fire, no change has happened to fire. But this fire consists made of three colors and three elements. So when you see the fire as nothing but three elements, then the fireness of the fire is gone, meaning fire no more remains. What remains are Trini Rupani Ityeva Satyam. Only the three colors are real or three elements are real. Bhashyakara gives an example, just as in case of a crystal. There is, let us say, a red flower. Beside that, then the crystal appears to be red. If you do not discriminate between the red color, which is Upadhi or limiting adjunct, and crystal, which is Upahita, which is limited. If we do not discriminate between them, then our conclusion that here is a ruby, a red stone. But moment you see that no, red color belongs to Upadhi, the limiting adjunct, the flower. And the crystal, even when it appears red, is really transparent. Then the rubiness goes away, the crystalness, not that it goes away, it was never there. Where was the rubiness? Only in my mind. A real thing cannot go away. What can go away is a notion can go away. That this is a ruby was a notion I was entertaining. That this is a pot is a notion I was entertaining. Similarly, the names and forms are mithya, and the notion that this is fire is a notion I was entertaining. But when you look at the fire more closely, not with eyes, with the mind, The closed look is not looking at with a microscope or something. It is looking at the mind's eye. That what we call fire is really nothing but three elements. We look at the object as three elements and the fireness of the fire is gone. What remains are the three elements. And therefore, Agni Buddhi Apagata Agni Shabdascha Ityartha. Formerly, I used to call this object fire. And because of calling it as fire, in my mind, the idea of fire also got created. When I use a word, then the corresponding idea automatically is born. When I call this pot, automatically the form of the pot flashes in my mind. The notion of pot flashes in my mind. If I call this now clay, or if I see it as clay, call me see it as clay, then the pot word also is gone and the pot thought also is gone. The word and thought, the nama and the rupa occur together. Moment the word pot is uttered, the thought of the nature of pot will occur. Whatever my knowledge of pot is, moment the word fire is uttered, the thought of fire also goes along with it. When the thought goes away, the word goes away. When the notion goes away, the word fire, the object fire also go away. Atah Agni Buddhi api Mrusha eva. Therefore, this notion that this is fire is Mrusha, is unreal. Kim tahi tatra satyam. Then, in what you call fire, what's the real? Trini rupani ityeva satyam. The three colors alone are real. Na anumatra api rupatra vyatireka satyam asti iti. Trini rupani eva satyam. Only three colors are real, nothing else. Evakara excludes everything else. That there is not an iota of reality in what we call fire other than the three colors or the three elements. And this illustration is extended, yet adityasya rohitam rupam, showing the sun, that also the red color in the sun belongs to the element fire, the white color belongs to element water, the black color belongs to element earth. Then goes to Chandramas. Then the white color, the red color in Chandrama belongs to fire, white color to water, black color to element earth. Then also goes to the Vidyut. Vidyutah rohitam rupam. The red color in lightning belongs to element fire, the white color belongs to element water, the black color belongs to element earth. In each case, when you appreciate that entity as three elements or three colors, that entity, namely the fire or sun or the moon or lightning, no more remains. All that remains are the three elements. So this is illustration. Therefore, the question was asked, Nanu yathanu khalu somya imas tisro devataha trivut trivut ekaikam bhavati tanme vijaniti uktva. So the teacher said that tanme vijanihi, know from me. Vispashtam janihi avadharaya, know from me clearly. How? This comes from here, I don't know. Huh? What? Okay. So, then the question is that you gave illustration, you only indicated these colors. So, the color belongs to fire. So with reference to color alone, you have indicated that these objects are all made of three elements. That fire is present everywhere. But what about the then the water has taste also. You should show how the taste is present everywhere. In the element earth has smell. You should now illustrate how the smell is present everywhere. Then alone the description is complete. Nanu yathanu khalu. So, having promised or made a proposition, I will show you how the three elements are present everywhere. Only the illustration is with reference to color or the element fire. Tejas eva chaturbhi api udaranihi agnyadivi trivutkaram darshitam. By four illustrations of the fire, sun, moon and lightning. Chaturbhi udarani, by these four illustrations. Tejaseva trivutkaranam darshitam. Only the threefold combination of the color or the element fire is shown. Nabannayoho udaharanam darshitam. But the teacher has not shown how there is this taste is present in, three kinds of taste is present, threefold smell is present. That is not shown here, not illustrated. Naisha dosha abanna vishyani api udaharanani evam evacha drashtavyani te manyate shruti. Shruti believes that having given one illustration, you do the homework. So they will only demonstrate Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha. Then Nrupaha, then you have to do. Similarly, what is illustrated in case of one element fire, that should be extended to the other two elements also. That's what Shruti accepts. Shruti believes or Shruti assumes. As Anandagiri says, Yad vapi kupadehe rohitam rupam tejasa tad rupam. So vapi, step well, kupa, the well. So the red color there is the color of fire, element fire. Yad shuklam tad apam. And that is the white color belongs to element water. Yat krishnam tad annasya. In the vapi, kupa, etc. In these things like the well, step well, etc., you can show the three colors. Iti udahana sambhavat nanyunata. So thus you can demonstrate the presence of three colors in all the objects. Therefore the illustration is enough. Then says, Tarhi tejo vishamapi udahana uhaniyam. Kim iti udahritam iti. So, then we could have, why do we even show in case of fire? That also we could have seen ourselves. Says, no, yadi kvachidapi na udahana uchyate. If not a single illustration is given, then you cannot actually imply that this pattern exists everywhere. So, in which one illustration the pattern is shown to imply that the same pattern exists about other elements also. Trayanam rupavattvena yathokta rupagasya teshu svutatva sambhavat. Because everything possesses color, and therefore this threefold combination of colors is easy to illustrate, clearly illustrated. Then abhannayopi trivutkam upalakshitam chetari tatra rasagandayoho asadharanyat tayo trivutkaram udahartavyam. If element fire exists everywhere, then you also show element water also exists everywhere. Element earth also exists everywhere. Then only trivutkaranam, that they are also a threefold combination, becomes established. So Bhashyakara said, Gandharasayoho anudaharanam trayanam asambhavat. Because Gandha and the Rasa, the smell and the taste, are not found in all the elements. Only color is found in all the elements. Nahi Gandha Rasau tejasistaha. The smell and the taste, they do not exist in the fire. And also, the smell does not exist in water. Yatha, yat abhannayoho bhaswaram lohitam rupam tejasa tad rupam yat shuklam tad apam yat krishnam tad anyasya shakyate rupam vivektum. Just as it is possible to separately know the colors, the red, white and black. Tatha amuko raso gandhova tejasah. Similarly, this taste in the fire belongs to fire, and this taste belongs to water, and this taste belongs to earth. You can't say that. Or this smell in the fire belongs to element fire, this smell in the fire belongs to element water, this smell in the fire belongs to element earth. This is not possible to determine. Therefore, gandharasayoho anudaharanam, because it is not possible for us to recognize this threefold smell or threefold taste. Sambhavitau api tau trishu vivektum ashakyau iti anudaharaniyau ityartha. So even though not only element fire is present everywhere, element water also is present, element earth also is present, but it is not possible to show them that this taste belongs to this and this taste belongs to this element. Alright, that is why only illustration of element fire is given. So, because the color is present in all the three, and if color, then how about the touch? It is also present. The touch is the property of the element air, and that's present in all the three also. Why doesn't you only illustrate that? Or sound is the property of element space. That is also present in all of them. Why aren't they illustrated? Tarhi sarveshu bhuteshu sambhavitayoho sparsha shabdayoho udaharanam kim nasyat. Why did a teacher take only color as udaharanam, as illustration, and not touch and not the sound? So Bhashyakara says, sparsha shabdayoho anudaharanam vibhagena darshayitum ashakyatvat. Sparsha shabdayoho, the touch and the sound also are not illustrated because it is not possible to classify the touch and demonstrate that this touch belongs to element fire, this kind of touch belongs to element water, this kind of touch belongs to element earth. It is not evident. It is there, but not evident to us. Yatha lohitadi rupatrayam trayanam vibhagena darshayitum shakyam. Just as the threefold color, such as red, etc., can be illustrated in case of the three elements and all the elements. Tatha shabdatrayam sparshatrayam. So threefold sound or threefold touch cannot be demonstrated. Vibhagena darshayitum na shakyam. And so to do the vibhaga, to be able to classify them and say, hey, this kind of touch that you see in fire belongs to the air, and this kind of touch belongs to space, this kind of touch belongs to fire, etc. That's na shakyam. No khalu ekatra ushna shita anushna shita sparshatam drishyate. At one place, see, ushna belongs to element fire. Then ushna shita, anushna shita. Anushna shita is not hot and not cold, belongs to element water. Or shita rather belongs to water. Anushna shita belongs to earth, and ushna belongs to element fire. But these three kind of touch cannot be, and this kind of the heat cannot be illustrated. So this kind of touch cannot be illustrated. Napi khara madhura madhya shabdatrayam ekatra upalabdham. Nor can we perceive in one place these threefold sounds, that this is the harsh sound, this is the medium sound, this is the sweet sound. You know, that we cannot see them as existing. So three things should exist in one place. The three colors exist in one place. In fire itself, the red, white and black colors exist. So you can demonstrate the three elements there. But in fire, simultaneously, you cannot demonstrate that this is the harsh sound, this is the medium sound, this is the pleasant sound. Can't be illustrated. Or this is this kind of taste, or touch. This is the hard touch. This is the medium touch. This is soft touch. Not possible to illustrate, not possible to perceive. What you cannot perceive cannot be illustrated also. Therefore, the Shruti gives the illustration in the form of colors which we can perceive. Not that other elements are not present, but they cannot be demonstrated. Therefore, only fire is demonstrated. From that, we should assume that this rule also applies to all the five elements. Okay, I will continue tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.